According to the sign on her tank, the chameleon's name was Keisha. Pale green with a tail that curled like a fiddlehead fern, she was perched on a branch inside a glass terrarium in a classroom at Stormweather Prep, the fancy private school on the hill overlooking Galosh. It was a nice classroom, nicer than anything at Galosh Middle School. But Keisha didn't seem particularly enthusiastic about the inspirational posters, or the hardwood floors, or the floor-to-ceiling windows. She regarded Rufus with a baleful eye as he squatted in front of her, clearly wondering why she was in a classroom at all, instead of scampering around the jungle catching flies or whatever it was that chameleons did in their free time. Rufus could relate. It was the middle of July, and he felt as trapped in the classroom as Keisha probably did inside her tank. He should be at Feylawn, the rambling property where his grandfather lived. Feylawn was where, at the start of the summer, he had first met a tiny winged feyling named Iris, who drew him and his cousin Abigail into a hunt for the feylings' missing train and a battle with their enemies, the goblins. Now the feylings had gone back home to the green world. Rufus and Abigail had promised to take care of Feylawn in their absence. But instead of being at Feylawn, he was at camp. Chess camp last week, plumbing camp the week before that, and now Camp BizBuzz, a 2-week summer program for the leaders and entrepreneurs of the future, according to the brochure. Kids like the ones who were now entering the classroom and greeting each other with hugs and high fives. Smart kids. Ambitious kids. Kids who excelled. Not kids like Rufus, whose one and only unusual talent was being able to see creatures that no normal 12-year-old believed existed. He watched the other campers through the glass of Keisha's tank. They clustered in clumps, filling the room with their voices, comparing shoes and haircuts and smartphones, saving each other side-by-side seats at the long tables arranged in a U-shape. He recognized a few from Galosh Middle School, but he guessed that most of them went to Stormweather Prep. It was clear they'd all known each other for years. "We don't belong here," he whispered to Keisha. Keisha moved farther up the branch, her color brightening to a chartreuse banded with brown stripes and spots. Her message was clear. If you want to survive, you're going to have to blend in. But Rufus didn't want to blend in. Camp BizBuzz had been his father's idea, not his.